In 2014, after someone illegally broke into multiple celebrity photo accounts, people posted non-consensual intimate imagery to forums on the platform Reddit. Reddit's popularity algorithms promoted them to even more people, who kept the cycle going and even donated money to Reddit in appreciation before the company banned the content a week later. Adrian Massanari shares it as an example of how non-human technological agents can shape and are shaped by human activity. During this dreadful episode, agents including Reddit's business model, its corporate policies, and its popularity algorithms were driving and being influenced by large groups of people who viewed and spread intimate imagery without consent. I'm Nathan Matias, an assistant professor at Cornell University, where I lead the Citizens and Technology Lab. And today I want to ask, what can we do to change these feedback loops? In 2016, I was approached by moderators of the World News subreddit on Reddit, a group of over 14 million subscribers who organized to share news about parts of the world outside of the US. The community uses the Reddit platform, but like all subreddits, are independent from the company. Their international team of over 70 moderators had created their own policies and carried out their own enforcement for many years. And the community was struggling with the problem of false information, amplified by algorithms. Here's a story that someone posted to World News in January 2017. Almost everything about these headlines was wrong. And the World News community receives dozens of articles like this every day, and some are so popular that the platform's algorithms promoted them to even more people. Now, moderators on Reddit and other platforms do have tremendous power within their communities. They can take unique actions, configuring the design of their community. And finally, these volunteers also create and carry out their work through default settings, coordination, automated systems, and appeals to the company. So when the community approached me, they wondered, can we encourage people to question news from inaccurate sources? But they also had some uncertainty. What if their policy solution had an unintended side effect of causing Reddit's algorithms to promote inaccurate news even further? Scholars have studied misinformation by trying to correct it at several levels, by looking at how people develop and change beliefs, by studying the social structures that spread information and people's perceptions. And online, these perception, beliefs, and social structures are all interrelated with the actions of algorithms that also shape what we see. Here's how a news aggregator works, at least in theory. First, someone posts a news link, then people react in ways that are recorded by a platform like Reddit. They might click, vote, or discuss the link. Then information is observed by a news aggregator whose design we can't know for sure because the company keeps the algorithm secret. And on the basis of what it observes, the algorithm decides whether to promote or demote the article. And of course, if it promotes the article, then more people will see and respond to it. So how can we influence an algorithm? Computer scientists focused on direct influence. The software engineers who create it, the data standard creators who define what it can know, and the training data sets that sometimes steer its early actions. Many algorithms are also designed to be indirectly influenced, since their function is to observe human behavior and react accordingly. Now, how did this matter to the community? They were worried that nudging people to fact check could backfire. If someone posted inaccurate news and the community encouraged volunteer fact checking, what would happen if people actually went ahead and fact checked them? Might the news aggregator notice, interpret skepticism as popularity, and then promote inaccurate news? The community was wondering about something that engineers and behavioral scientists hadn't considered, that since human behavior influences algorithm behavior, attempts to influence human behavior might also influence algorithms. To test this idea, I designed an experiment and software to respond whenever someone posted a new tabloid article to the community. In the control group, the software made no suggestion. In a treatment group, the software suggested fact checking. And in a third group, the software encouraged people to fact check and also vote. The fact checking condition urged people to improve this thread by linking to media that verifies or questions this article's claim. And the fact checking and voting condition urged, if you can't independently verify these claims, please consider downvoting. I then observed two outcomes. First was whether comments included links to further evidence. excluding internal links to Reddit and image hosting sites. I also observed the rank position of an article in the recommender system, sampling every 4 minutes for the first 7 hours. 300 here is the highest position, and 0 indicates that the article is no longer in the top 300, with also information about whether an article was removed by moderators. From December 7th, 2016 to February 15th, 2017, participants made over 35,000 comments in over 1,000 discussions of articles from labeled sources, only a small percentage of the news they discussed. In a typical thread, people would respond with links to other sources and then discuss which ones they trusted the most. On average, I found that, as expected, encouraging fact-checking increases the percentage of comments that include links on average in world news. I also created a model for the average treatment effect of the intervention on the ranking of an article at a moment in time, with each regression model working at that moment in time. An article that received an encouragement towards fact-checking was demoted in the rankings by up to 24 rank positions on average compared to the control group, enough to move it off the community's front page. What was the effect from encouraging fact-checking and voting? No discernible effect, though it might just be smaller and not observable with our sample. This is good news for the community. Encouraging people to fact-check articles influences them to do fact-checking and can reduce the spread of articles by algorithms too. So how does this study contribute to science? Field experiments help identify consequential phenomena in the world that further research can investigate. This study confirms that algorithms can be nudged by influencing humans.